when it comes to dunking on a rival city sports team.
Big facts.
God
That
bless
is
him.
true.
So it's a tough job. Someone's got to do it, and he's the perfect man for the job. So
yeah, Stu is the ideal person to go to any ball game with to have a blast. Right now, we're having a blast with two characters that I know are on everybody's favorites list. We got Yoshi versus Hero, and already in early stock after getting the reflector and avoiding any egg pressure, catching that down air, and then unfortunately for JMafia, not able to make it back.
yeah, no, that was you couldn't have asked for a better start for Gayo. You know, with that draw he was able to get right there. Because just in case if you're watching for the first time, you gotta win two sets of a best of 5 if you're coming from loser side. So right now JMafia is off to a bit of a rough start, but almost getting that edge guard. But alas, Hero has too many options to get back to the stage.
100%. Oh my God! One of the few characters who has the ability to do so. But right there, you're stuck between a literal rock and a hard place or an egg and a hard place, because you either mash out and hope that you don't A, get hit by something there, or B, get re-grabbed by the egg lay. And at that percent, you're probably just gonna free fall from that point. So good job by JMafia, able to get a KO. But at 120. With these buffs online, you have to worry every single bit about any stray hit that could come in. But that's big damage right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's no. That move makes me feel mad when I get hit by it, because it's just like the smallest explosion known to man.
Yeah, it's like you get hit by Kaboom, and then you just try to passively get by, and then Boom comes through as well. Like, there's so many good options. Oh, you know what? We haven't seen that too much, but answering immediately with the falling up air, like. We're talking so much about Gayo's defense, but Gayo has also been able to win when like the scrambles have been happening too. Most of the time when you're fighting against Yoshi, you have to anticipate a lot of aerials just being put out on your approach, and he's been winning out on that. That's not the easiest thing to do.
No, not at all. But right now, JMafia having a ton of ground to make up right now, as Gayo is just taking the reins on his first game in Grands.
Yeah, just trying to find any answer. Looking for the anti-air up smash right there. Actually, just barely missed it. Like, JMafia has been putting the kill options in the right spots. They have just been slightly off placing. And because of that, it's been taking a lot of trades you really can't afford to take anymore.
Yeah, no, it's definitely got to be careful. Catching the apex of the Yoshi bomb with forward air. Very, very nice stuff from Gayo. Getting one solid hit away or one grab away from taking that stock, but the Yoshi bomb will result in death right there for Gayo. So JMafia having a lot of ground to make up. Let's see if he can.
Yeah, this is perfect. Now got not only the frame trap, but called out the defensive option with that down tilt. Couldn't continue the pressure though, and now we're seeing just the ultimate Super Saiyan God show up in front of him right now. You have to find either that tech chase, looking for it right there, or that early edge guard.
Oh Lord. Oh, recovers high.
Oh my God! What are you doing? Looking the pressure on. You're almost getting the frame trap up air, but just gonna miss at 172 to 112. JMafia bringing this all the way back, but the miss down B is not gonna do it.
Yeah, both players having to play super close to the vest right now. Oh, but the sizzle from across the way. That projectile coming out incredibly fast, so there's no way that JMafia would have been able to react to it. Also looks like he committed to jumping right there, so.
That is such that thing is nearly impossible to, like, you have to actually just predict, and you can't just not react to that sizzle. And definitely the one option that was really the key to closing that, because that whole last stock, once JMafia got a hold of just one down air on a platform, almost 0 to death. Like, it was like really turned it up. I was starting to think game 2. All right, we're definitely seeing Rob. Like it was just working so well. Can't really zone break this sword. I don't think we see the switch honestly now. Like JMafia definitely figured something out as that went on. Possibly a stage switch maybe, but that was incredibly tight.
No, yeah, absolutely. That was super close, and obviously JMafia found himself in the hole early. He got spiked at like sub 50%. So maybe
True,
looking
yeah,
at
that started off with a down air at 40, like around 40 or 50. So like if that didn't happen, that might have been that might have been a much closer game, possibly in JMafia's favor.
No, I agree. He had he didn't have to work 40 hours of overtime in that last stock. He just unfortunately had to because he was essentially had to play that game with 2 stocks.
Yeah, that is so rough. And that's a testament to a really good player. Like if you can come back like that, we're gonna see the switch from Gayo. This is what we saw earlier, like a win into a switch. I think this heavily dependent on the stage that we have shown up at, probably FD, or maybe PS2. But I mean, no. Instead, we're actually gonna see what's that? Smashville? Yeah, we're gonna see Smashville.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the Dark Pit come out this time. So this marks the 4th character, at least that I've seen so far, that Gayo has broken out here. So we'll see. I wonder if maybe the switch off Dark Pit for Dark Pit instead of Pit is if the arrows interact differently with not just the eggs, but with maybe Yoshi's second jump by comparison to the lighter hurt box of the more maneuverable shot from normal Pit. And also these nairs out of shield on a smaller stage definitely work to cover the jumps. Yeah, no, I agree. And as for the arrows, we'll see. There's also the added benefit of the side B. Killing Yoshi horizontally sounds much easier than trying to kill him vertically because he is that awkward amount of heavy.
Yeah, you see how much further that sends back Yoshi, holding on his jump right there. I think you made perfect sense with that side B more too than the arrow. Not only do you have the smaller blast zones horizontally with Smashville here, but just not having to try and kill the heavy hitting, the heavy weighted Yoshi off the top, but not so much a problem in the favor of JMafia getting that up air.
Yeah, no, JMafia taking first blood here, but also having to be relatively careful. Obviously, the problem the Pits will still have is that their killing options are semi limited. So as long as JMafia can kind of keep his distance and not get hit by any of the danger moves, you should be all right the second stock. But Gayo is continuing to press.
Yeah, that whole situation right there is annoying to look at. Like you anticipate. Look, if you actually hit with that, I 100% want that shot to just kill at that point. But there it is, the dash attack, gotta close it out. Oh, that's a couple jumps, but Pit, plenty of recovery. Good job getting that mash out.
Yeah, no, having to be careful there. But again, the Pit's having such good recovery that even those awkward mid-percent, egg lays aren't going to cause too much of a problem. Oof.
That was a very, very close delay. Like Gayo was holding on to that get up attack for a second there, but if JMafia recognized that just a second sooner, that could have. Wait, what?
Bro, you're crazy.
I don't think I have ever seen anybody go for a side B cancel to go lower, reserve the jump, and then go for a mix-up on a spike. That was like nothing came out of that, but I'm very impressed by that setup there.
JMafia is coming to us from the future where there's offline tournaments and flying cars. So he's playing in 2025 right now.
Elon Musk has finally converted over to Lex Luthor.
Yeah, changed his Twitter handle to Elon Musk SSB. Just go the whole 9 yards.
As long as Master Chief is somewhere in that future, I'm okay. There we go. Gonna find that forward air on the recovery and finding the gap in the window. Just barely missing the snap from that down B. Not in a comfortable position at all. 155 against Yoshi. Any straight hit, especially one of those back airs that Mafia is looking for right now, will take the stock.
Yeah, so but not out of the woods just yet is Gayo. Definitely have to play a little bit careful here. Let's go.
Careful is exactly what was needed, and it did not happen. Finding that stock, and we saw in the last game, JMafia, after being behind, was able to do exactly what we're seeing right now. All of a sudden, turns it up a notch. The ledge trap game, the pressure on the landings, just finds everything that he's been looking for throughout the set. And really, just like we saw it against WebJP too. Mafia was able to play super defensive and then just put the foot on the gas and not stop.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, but a mistimed electroshock arm will result in an up smash punish, and JMafia avoids going down in the hole 2-0, so we will at least see a fourth game in this first set, so giving JMafia a chance to win it without going to a reset, Ajax.
Yeah, that's huge. You know, a lot of times in that situation there, you're looking for somebody to air trade you. So it's a huge gamble. If you're Gayo, it's like, okay, I haven't gone for this at all, and it is very risky. But if I get the hit, I possibly get a KO, or I possibly get them in a terrible position off stage. It's okay to gamble like that every once in a while. Unfortunately, that one did not land on black. It ended up landing on Yoshi, and we are going into game number 3, and running it right back to Smashville.
I would have liked to sign a petition where you replace the green space on a roulette board and just replace it with Yoshi.
Just have a little Yoshi egg icon there.
Yeah. Make sure that I never bet on green ever in my entire life.
I don't make people hate green that much more because everybody's like trying to find their way on green and it's just impossible to get that green.
It's true.
But the one person who will get it will probably be, it'll probably be Sid, let's be real. Thank you, Edu Medell, coming through with the follow. We really appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the follow. All right, so let's see if JMafia will put himself in a good spot going into this 4th game, or if Gayo will do another very impressive dark pit combo. That was disgusting.
Yeah, like people forget all the time because his character's not seen so often how consistent the not only does Pit have low percent strings, but the mix-up games and like just the ability to freeform strings is so good. And then right there, drag down fair and looking for a mix-up tool option. Gonna get the call, moving just out of the way from that down B and closing it out.
Yeah, well played stuff right there from Gayo. Gets himself on the board first, and JMafia back in the blender, but the egg able to buy him a second of time before he's put immediately back in his advantage.
And JMafia covering the air, not only looking for a low recovery before, but just knowing like, okay, I put myself on stage, so Gayo up a stock probably wants to follow me down here. So I'm just going to put an air out. And if they decide to come down, he's probably not going to be anticipating that tech situation. Good job.
Dude, wow. Just Yoshi does so much damage, man. It's insane.
Just look at this. Oh my god, this edge trap coverage too. Like, all it was just like 4 small hits. But oh no! All right, still has the jump available, but continuing this pressure. You can play off stage. I can too.
Ooh, but gets a trade right there, trying to anticipate an air dodge behind him. That's JMafia, but coming up short. Gayo continuing to apply pressure, but ooh, maybe.
Long enough delay too, just avoiding it, but trying to put out multiple hitboxes after the ledge, expecting JMafia to come out immediately, and JMafia not budging. Like that is a situation that could get in your head quick. But luckily that side B finally getting a trade, finding his way back on, is Gayo. But you got to find this KO soon. Last thing you want is JMafia to be able to put on that gas pedal moment again, because whenever it comes out, a lot of people have been caught. I really like that drag down forward air, looking for a follow-up, and once again, still not dying to that back air.
Yeah, that was excellent DI from JMafia right there, as Gayo continues to try to apply the pressure here.
Oh, you know what? That whole situation, that low egg, was purely meant to bait out that high recovery in, and almost getting,
oh my god,
every time just barely misses that down B. But the full committed dash attack, looking for the KO, is gonna put JMafia in a 2-1 advantage here in Grand Finals. Potentially 1 game left for Fusion.exe unless Gayo can make the run back.
Yeah, no. After winning that first game, JMafia has righted the ship and won 2 in a row, putting the momentum in his favor, and looks like we're just going to get a run back. No changing of characters here. It is going to be Dark Pit versus Yoshi for this potential last match of the night, Ajax.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, the stage wasn't too bad overall. The big thing was just that towards the end, JMafia started conditioning the right jumps at the right times out of Gayo, because you got a character with multiple jumps like that, and you got that shield, you expect them to mix it up very well. But when you finally find the kink in the armor, when you finally figured out where they like to jump too much, that is when you're going to succeed. Now, you saw Gayo try to play around it there, went for the shield, and then jumped up, anticipating a punish. But it's going to be on Gayo to consistently be able to mix up those landings like he did just a second ago and avoid this pressure from JMafia.
Yeah, no, I agree. And again, if it means just sitting back, throwing some arrows, and seeing what comes of it, then so be it. Right now it does have him a slight percent lead. just a steady diet of arrows and back airs. But JMafia with another skillful recovery here.
Ooh, and almost getting a reversal edge guard right there too. That shield is going to be mixed up. Looking for the drag down up air, and that time's not getting it, but still keeping the pressure on. I like the idea of jumping away, covering the roll in as well. And finally, the dash attack going to get the KO. That time not working and not having to work as hard, even though he's at a high percent. It was a much faster KO by comparison to every other time he's had to hunt it down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's definitely huge. The sooner you can secure those kills, the better it's going to be for you in the long run. And again, Gayo wasting no time going right back to work here. Yeah,
100%. JMafia just trying to slow it down just enough, because we saw like the gas pedal was on, and that kind of played into the favor of Gayo as it went. But couple of aggressive landings and a drag down off of that, forcing a very interesting hit stun setup right there. Gonna get the KO up 3 stocks to 0. This is exactly the position you want to be in here to potentially bring this to a game 4.
Do a game 5.
Excuse me, game 5.
Math is hard, I get.
Reading be hard.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But JMafia having a ton of ground to make up right now. Again, take it 1 stock at a time. Obviously, that narrow will secure out the stock, and he's got to play close to the vest, man.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get a little bit greedy, like Master Greed coming through with that follow. We appreciate you. And sometimes you just got to dig deep and go for some explosive gameplay. We've already seen that out of JMafia a few times, but Gayo has just completely stopped and just continuing to mix this up, just putting all of the ability to cook on the table, kind of like Top Ramen SSB. Thank you for much coming through with that follow. I'm just trying to get as many of the smooth transitions off the follows as I can. But what is the option here? Covering the ledge very well. However, okay, you got to be careful there. Gayo can reverse that edge guard.
Yep, both players. Trend Water's being careful right now. There we go. Okay, so only 87% on the tab right now for JMafia. This is not unheard of, Ajax.
100%. This is exactly what we've seen out of every other game. JMafia, once last stock happens, all of a sudden just changes. Like everything about the pressure game just goes up.
Yeah, he turns up, bro.
It really does. Like oh, that's the first time we've seen a ledge trap attempt right there. And get really funky on him, like Funky Monkey coming through with that follow. Now, what's the landing option? You don't get one, because the up air is going to close it out, and Gaia is going to bring this to a game 5 here in Grand Finals.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be it's a real barn burner, Ajax. That was looking like another last stock 4th quarter comeback for JMafia right there. I don't know what it is, man. Some people, for whatever reason, when their backs are against the wall, it just something just clicks.
Hey, man, you just gotta let them know. You gotta spill the tea, like 4T Kazan. Thank you so much. But it's just really just kind of telling the tale of the entire set. Really has been the explosive comeback factors of both players, because we were talking a lot about JMafia, but really we saw how good that first stock went, and we haven't seen that extreme clutch stock come out of Gayo yet prior to that. Gayo's been able to get big damage, but was always having to find that stray hit, that stray back air, that stray dash attack. But that time, just after getting kind of murked a bit at the end, it's like, nah, I'm going to put a stop to this. You didn't close out my stock, and I'm going to find this landing, because you have consistently...
Oh, what the hell is this?
And this is a character, number 5 we've seen out of Gayo here.
Jesus
yet another
Christ.
Strong defensive character, and yet another character that everybody must love to see here in Grand Finals. We got Palutena versus Yoshi.
Yeah, I'm running out of seats at the dinner table. This is someone's gonna have to eat in the living room.
I got no more food to share, man. We running tight. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen somebody go for follow-up up smash after that, but definitely understood that JMafia might be able to jump out of that there, getting at least the up smash damage.
Yeah, but yeah, here we go. We Gayo saving one last trick for us here in game 5 of the first set of grands with the game 5 Palutena. So
yeah,
again, this is if you talk to Yoshi mains, they'll tell you that I'm sure this matchup isn't ideal. Palutena is a character with a great ordeal of anti-airs and invincible moves to kind of stuff out Yoshi.
That back air right there coming through, like you nailed it. I always get ready to point out, like, this matchup is something that like it's kind of similar to how in the last game when a cloud would show up, Yoshi's like, this is why I can't play the game. Palutena is one of those in this game where it's like Yoshi isn't allowed to play the way that Yoshi normally wants to, where you can kind of put out as many hitboxes as he can and in retreat. You can't do that against short hop nair, and you have to be careful against those back airs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you know, JMafia just trying to get the stock off, but just coming up short, man. You know, Palutena just has such a much easier time of getting these stocks down and saving this. This is one hell of a trump card to save for the final game.
Like you're trying to find that emergency pull, and you have multiple characters who have disjoints. You have the ability to fight Yoshi in an uncomfortable setting, and then you all of a sudden pull out the Palutena. It's like, whoa, crap. I've been consistently landing with a lot of aggressive options. Palutena kind of makes that a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, no, it's so difficult, man. This character just has cure-alls for everything. But JMafia refusing to say die just yet. You know, as good as the character as Palutena is, she still has to kind of get in your wheelhouse. And Yoshi's a character where if you're just slightly off in your confirms, it will result in big damage.
Oh my god, the mash out into up smash. What did I do? What an option. And then going for the follow-up up air as well. At least, like, one good thing for Jay is no longer good. He's lost the stock. Forget what I was going to say. One of the things that Yoshi works well with is dealing with defensive options, reading jumps, and getting lots of tech chases. You don't have to trade with anything if you can continue to get those tech chases like we've seen out of JMafia. In the trade off the armor, you got your back airs. I just got to jump. That's it. I'm strong like that. I ain't scared. But getting the follow-up offer. One last stock possibly here of the tournament if JMafia can close this out. Gayo currently with a % lead, though.
Yeah, but again, we've seen JMafia do this in the past where this last stock, it just kind of awakens the beast in him. And, you know, you start seeing things a little bit differently. And, you know, we'll see if he can get himself a win here or if we're going to see a second set of grands.
Yeah, big key factor here is you see JMafia has been staying grounded in the right spots and only reserving the jump for when he thinks that he can avoid a follow-up aerial. And then that forward air looking for the early air dodge on the jump. Not going to get it, though, and retreating in, getting the egg leg, getting big damage. Oh, and then the counter comes through off the mash, just avoiding what could have been a KO. Well, what's the option here? Going to go for a down smash, but just going to barely miss. And then grinding his way all the way down is the up air, but not going to get the hit. And we are currently at both. Kill % in the counter is going to actually kill. That move doesn't kill ever. But Gayo is going to get the reset against JMafia here in the grand finals.
I was just gonna say that move never works, and it worked twice.
Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever in the history of us doing this have I said that Palutena's counter actually not only got a KO but won a match. Like getting that at the last second there, that is like it was just that trump card option that we're talking about, you know, with the Palutena pick, but holding on to that counter at the very end, not really using it before, it allowed a situation where he can go for that and possibly get one of those sneaky counters in there to stop all that pressure that JMafia was going for. It's risky, yes, and if you know JMafia held the forward smash just a little bit longer after that first initial egg lay, that would have been the game. But it worked out. I am all of a sudden way more up in my seat, and we were getting a potential next 5 games. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was one hell of an ending, man. And it just had so many twists and turns, and you know, just Gayo's just deep, never-ending you know, bag of tricks when it comes to characters. Like, it's incredible. Like, you start to set with Hero, and then you play, you know, 3 games as Dark Pit, and then you switch to the game 5 Palutena. Like,
yeah,
it takes stones to do that, man. That's not an easy it's not an easy feat to pull off.
You need a titanium set. Like it's so hard to just switch around multiple characters like that at a successful level, and not be afraid to potentially get counterpicked yourself, because JMafia also has a good slew of characters that we've seen so far. You got that Rob always lingering, but now that you've revealed the Palu amongst that list of characters as well, that you're not afraid to pull out, we're gonna see neither one of them, because we're gonna see. So all right, FD. That's my guess.
Yeah.
How did I know? How did I know? We're gonna see Game 1 FD Rob versus Sonic.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say anymore, man. I've seen everything today, but yeah. So this is a matchup once upon a game where I think Rob got handled pretty hard.
Yeah.
Rob being a huge character, Sonic having a plethora of tools to combo and kill Rob with. And this game, I feel like it's definitely slightly more in Rob's favor, maybe even just because Rob has Rob can do that. Rob can just kill you with much. He's got 2 really good projectiles. He's got an EX move to kill you with, and he's got a plethora of strong killing options around, where Sonic still kind of struggles to get the kill reliably sometimes.
Yeah, that EX move for sure. That side B, just being able to have the ability to just snipe out any stocks. Like, this is a matchup I've seen historically with Craftus v Rappy quite a bit, and it goes back and forth for the most part in terms of throughout the game. Usually with Sonic able to find one of those big body KOs by finding that back air on the big frame, but you always have that clutch factor. Back air is not complained about enough. I think that move is ridiculous, and we saw it just a second ago. And this setup right here, down tilt chases into gyros. I'm not too surprised to see JMafia switch over to this after that last set, but it's gonna be on Gayo to find those KOs and fast before JMafia is able to just kind of run with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ooh, but nice avoidance of the rotor arms right there. Again, flirting with disaster again. And whoa, jeez, man.
Disaster ends in misery, unfortunately. The business was not in his favor. That looking for pretty much anything from this point forward is just good for JMafia. Because you see, JMafia can just put out a bunch of aerials now. Rob normally can't do that safely in these type of matchups, but up 2 stocks, yeah, no, I'm just going to swing. I'm going to go for as many of these as I want, because the trades are all good for me.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, the ball is firmly in JMafia's court here. Even if Gaio's able to get a stock off, it just might be a little too late, man. Rob's got such a gnarly X factor in how strong he is.
Yeah, it's gonna it's the sentence that nobody ever wants to hear me say, but we've reached that point where if Gaio wants to win, pretty much has to camp. Like, you have to stay back, go for single hits, and bounce. You cannot stay in there because you're ready to, JMafia is ready to throw those hands out, or that situation right there. You play around shield too much with those short hop up airs, it don't matter. I got up smash out of shield. So game 1 going to JMafia. And the switch over the FD, it seems like they were both playing a bit of a roulette game with each other when that stage got picked, and it worked out in favor of JMafia.
Yeah, well, there we go, man. Like, again, we've been talking about the Rob all night, and it finally making an appearance after, a couple of stints from Steve and Yoshi. So,
yeah, it took a while to find its way back onto the screen, and really just kind of like the eternal trump card. It's like, all right, look, you got through the Yoshi. I saw that you had these options for it, but now I think we're gonna be seeing what could be a counterpick war here. Like, I like just stage dependency and matchup dependency. It's you see both of them heading to the stables there. It's possible we could even see an early swap from JMafia off the Rob to not have to fight Palutena as Rob.
That's true. Like, it's so scary, man. Like, there's a plethora of characters that can come out here. What? All right, you know what? This is why you can't have nice
I was
things.
right on the pre-prediction that he was going to switch off to get away from Palu, and then Gaio pulls out. Is Gaio playing random at this point? Pulling out the Shulk here on FD, and honestly, I like this pick of Shulk on FD by comparison to Palu. You have the gigantic hitbox, and you just wall out JMafia's approach the entire time.
Yeah, no, again, having the large hitboxes of Shulk's sword definitely going to do him some favors and making great use of the Buster art right there. Already having JMafia over the century mark. I don't know, man. You know what? It's definitely the new age strategy of literally keep your opponent guessing, because even the commentators don't know who you're going to pick anymore.
Yeah, like even though we were predicting the switches off, it's like the ability to go through a slew of characters. I am always incredibly impressed by anybody who's able to do that in an 80 character cast. There are so many things, and fundamentals can hard carry players that are good for sure, and also good defensive calls by JMafia once again, and gonna get the coverage. Normally nobody wants to go out there and challenge that, but Yoshi is one of the few that can sneak one in there real quick.
No, yep, I agree. Wow. That move is ridiculous, man.
Look, every time I see up air like go off, I just feel like that move's not supposed to do anything, but it's so good. It's like, it's got such a weird startup, but just like here again, the giant wall. What else do you need to do? Just put out as many hits as possible and make JMafia find his way in.
Yep. Oh, but great okie doke right there on the ledge trap. As JMafia comes in like a bat out of hell, jumping with the forward air and taking that stock on Gayo. Probably wasn't expecting it.
I love these two, man. Like, and then immediately answering right back, wasting no time. Just keeping JMafia in the air as much as possible. Like both of them are just so willing to swing, and JMafia has really been catching on to where not only the aggressive options are coming in, but where the jumps want to be. And that could have been what we saw in the other game with that early down air from Hero. If that was connected, that was the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. But JMafia continuing to add pressure on right now. You know, has himself a % lead, but it is Shulk. You can never be too careful.
Yes, and and
just kidding.
That's a move that JMafia only really uses in some spots. That one wasn't the one I predicted. Like, just waiting, positioning perfectly, and pulling out that down B. And JMafia is currently up 2 in the roulette match of the character swaps. And honestly, I think in that one, comparison to the first round, the matchup is definitely in favor of Gayo there. Like the way that Gayo was playing it. It's just JMafia was able to adjust around it.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Look, when you dive that deep into your pockets, you know, not all your dollars are going to be freshly squeezed. So, who's it? Okay, you know what?
All right, you know what? That's why I even bothered to guess. I'm glad that in my review of chat as well, there are multiple people in there who are also going, huh? So, it's not just us that are being thrown off by here. But we're going to see the same stage, very similar idea, though, as what we saw out of the Shulk. Use the nairs to kind of drag down and keep the JMafia grounded, and use those big forward airs as a way to kind of just back them off. That you didn't really get as much out of Shulk in those situations that you're hoping for. But really, we can say all that, and JMafia has just consistently been zone breaking over and over again. Even after getting hit by multiple hits like this, it hasn't really mattered as much.
No, not at all. And
that got the soft hit. It got the soft hit.
You didn't pay enough money for this character, folks. In fact, I'd argue you paid too much. But hey,
I was gonna say. I mean, look, I'm still one of the people who puts a tinfoil hat on, and I think that character was released as the last one as damage control, because I think that they had plans for others. We've talked about this on the podcast.
Yes, that's true. We've definitely gone down the InfoWars path on this very often.
Yes.
So.
Oh my god, I can't believe I just said yes to being compared to InfoWars, but
I'll get a neighbors. I don't care.
Hey, you know what? The man is terrible, but there was a lot of good memes that came out of that stupid. Anyways, but
gift keeps on giving, kind of like Yoshi.
Yes, yep, and JMafia is continuous to just giving them hands, just staying that pressure on, reading the roll away as well, getting the air dodge down. All you could do is jump there or early snap up B. After that reset, JMafia has really just put on all the stops, not having any more to do with this. Gayo hasn't been able to find this disjoint hits, reaching multiple times for that down B. Like you know me, I'm not one to wrap things up too quick, but this is starting to look a little bit like a wrap unless Gayo can figure something out.
Yeah, the switch to Byleth has not worked out right now for Gayo. The experiment has failed, and despite losing that first set, In 5 games, JMafia rates the ship to become your Fusion.exe champion in a 3-0 set in true finals.
And honestly, like watching Gayo play through all those characters kind of reminds me of like me and my problems with ADHD. I'm like, you know what? Rather than sticking to one, I'm gonna start 20 different projects and pull them all out. But